Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'd like to thank everybody for coming to the channel. Like and subscribe and leave me your comments, whether positive or negative. This here is regular conversation number 76. Regular conversation number 76. We're going to switch it up a little bit. I know we had a long night last night, so we're here to talk about a little viral story and whatnot, which I don't condone, and a man beating on a woman and whatnot. So we're here to talk about that today upon this afternoon. Y'all know my disclaimer: I'm not a pastor, preacher. I don't hold any type of office in the church. So please do not lay claims of those titles on me. We're not here to violate any type of community guidelines, any type of copyright infringement at all. So shout out to everybody in the chat room, man. Hope all is well with everybody upon this afternoon. All right. Okay, let's go down. What's up to Courtney M? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Henry Ross, what up, what up, what up? I'm gonna get back to your comments in a minute. What up to OC? Shout out to you. That is correct. That is correct. I did fell asleep last night and whatnot. That is correct. I fell asleep. I was going to end it. The next thing you know, I woke up at 3:30 in the morning. But blessedly, my StreamYard automatically turned off for me and whatnot. You understand? So them fellas are long-winded and whatnot, and I was sleepy and tired. All right. So yes, I did. All right. My mute was on. So you couldn't hear me snoring or anything like that. If you heard snoring earlier, that was somebody else who fell asleep also. All right. What's up to Johnny? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. So Henry Ross, you said yes and no, he's sorry, but not for getting caught, but for allowing himself to follow along with this Hollywood life. You said, and thinking he's not ever going to get caught, thinking he was certain types. He says that would never get caught because their protection that they court within Christianity of sorts can't speak them. He says because they're very sensitive, and I'll be silenced from voicing my thoughts. So okay, so a video came out. Video recently came out. I think it was like a couple days ago, whatever the case may be. I didn't really get to it because we was doing like the feedback videos with Gino and whatnot, and them videos like 3-4 hours long sometimes. So now we're here to talk about what's going on in World One situation, and the video it shows Mr. Combs, beating on a woman, dragging her, kicking her, and whatnot, kicking on a woman while she's on the floor. Now this situation happened back in 2016. My thing is, why you gotta wait till now to apologize? Why you didn't apologize then publicly? Why you gotta wait now to apologize? 8 years. You know what I mean? Just because they put it out there, whether it was CNN, TMZ, or whatever the case may be, why now? You know what I mean? Of course, people are supposed to have a forgiving heart and what have you. Well, what if they did not put it out in the public? Was you still going to apologize? Was you still going to apologize? To my understanding, one of his sons got baptized or came up for prayer or something like that when Gino was in Harlem and what have you. Is this the same son that said if somebody said no Diddy, he's going to slap him? Is that the same one? All these folks doing stuff just because for entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? Is this the same son that came to First Church and then like the next day or something like that, he makes a diss track to somebody? Is this the same person? All these people doing it just for clicks and likes and whatnot and entertainment purposes. You know what I mean? So I'm not going to show the video, but I will show like photos and pictures and what have you. And that's it, because I don't know the copyrights on, that video. You know what I mean? He did try to pay $50,000 to try to have it covered up. Imagine all the other stuff he done did. That was just one situation right there. Imagine other situations. Is he going to apologize about other situations that, he committed? You know what I mean? Is he going to come to the forefront with other stuff that he did to that woman and what have you? Now, people say, well, he should be locked up, but you got to understand statute of limitations on that. You know what I mean? Now, a lot of stuff may have happened back then. And this is why he won't get arrested for the things that he have committed towards Cassie. Statute of limitations. Can't do nothing about it. You understand? Can't do nothing about it. It sucks, but can't. All right. Courtney M. You says, let me see if I can read a comment. You said he's not sorry. You says, but he is crazy for having hundreds of live cameras at the crib. Too much footage. Now, that's somebody who's freaky. That's somebody who's freaky. You got all these cameras, you're having all these parties, you're having all these things going on in different rooms and whatnot. Now, a lot of people feel as though they're going to get caught up because of what has happened at those parties and what have you. You know what I mean? I wouldn't feel comfortable going to a party like that. I don't go to no parties, period, at all. You understand? But in general, I wouldn't feel comfortable going to parties like that or events like that. But this is what they do. This is what a lot of them do in the entertainment world. Some of them don't do it. Some of them just, make their money, go home to their spouse, excuse me, and that's it. But a lot of them indulge in that type of stuff. You know what I mean? They go to these, SCX parties. They sleep with anybody randomly and whatnot. I think I heard of a situation with the rapper who's locked up now, Fetty Wap. He's from Jersey, Patterson, New Jersey. You know what I mean? I think it was one of the Love and Hip Hop females, Muskika, whatever her name is. You know what I mean? Seen her at a party and just went right in. Deep sea diving with no protection. You understand that? They see a female or vice versa, and they just go deep sea diving with no protection. Any random person. You know what I mean? This is what they do. What? I don't want certain things to fall off. I don't care how good she look. I don't care how fat her butt is or how big her breast is. I don't care about none of that. I care about my health and my soul too. I know we mess up, from time to time here and there. But you can't be no fool deep sea diving and any random chick. You know what I mean? All right. Let me see. What up to Johnny? Shout out to you. You says, where was the I'm sorry video from this monster before it went public? Absolutely. That's what I brought about. You know what I mean? So me personally, I only think he's sorry because it came out to the public and whatnot. You know what I mean? All right. Courtney says drugs are a big part of a lot of violent incidents in general too. Not saying this incident involved drugs, but I've seen much drug and alcohol induced violence. Sadly, I would say drugs and alcohol got a lot to do with it, especially at his parties. Cocaine, heroin, weed, Percocets, vomiting fluid. A whole bunch of stuff be happening at them parties. You know what I mean? That's what they do. I don't understand why people go to parties like that on a weekly basis just to get high, drunk. I don't get why people go out to party every week just to get drunk. They do the same thing every week. Smoke and drink. That's it. That's all they do. Hey, Brother Jay, I'm pretty sure you know it too. You know what I mean? Brother Jay, you know. You know. You know. All right. Johnny says, I had to let the world go to grow in holiness. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. Appreciate that, Johnny. Appreciate that. Oh, yeah. Absolutely, for sure. You know? And I hope a lot of y'all come to the event in Charlotte in July. Oh, we gonna work out. You understand? I'm taking some of y'all to come work out. Never mind being lazy. Never mind being a tourist. We going to work out. All right. Express says said last night was a 5-hour session of Smith and Smallwood. He says, yes, I agree. He had all this time to apologize, but gets exposed. It's like a person who had all this time to repent, but wait until their deathbed to repent. That's a deep one right there. That's deep. And I agree with that. And whatnot. Now, I don't know what he can do to make things better for himself. I don't know. You understand that? Of course, people of the church supposed to forgive the man. Well, he hasn't done anything to us, so we ain't got nothing to worry about. I saw the interview with Cameron, in reference to Diddy, and he's right. Diddy ain't do nothing to us. He did something to Cassie, so he got to apologize to Cassie. She has to forgive him. I agree with that part. You know what I mean? Hasn't done anything to us. Now I don't know if she would forgive him. I would hope, because that's the righteous and holy thing to do. You know what I mean? But them two ain't, to my knowledge, they ain't Christians and whatnot. But I hope the son of P. Diddy, I hope he leads him to Pastor Geno Jennings. I hope that was the case that made P. Diddy apologize. You know what I mean? I'm glad that the son tuned in to PJ. I hope he say, listen, Dad, we need to go to a Pastor Geno Jennings event and listen to the message. So I'm pretty sure they're tuning in to the truth of God and whatnot. That's a good thing. But if they're doing it for entertainment purposes, nah, I don't agree with it. All right. What up to Michelle B? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What up to Valid? He says he's not sorry at all. He just apologized because he got caught. What's up to Sister Claire? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Courtney says Diddy should have took it to God. Henry says that's what all the effeminate men just thinks about, deep sea, and never think of not knowing how to swim. So they drown in depths. What's up to Letitia Walker? Shout out to you. He says, isn't settling sort of forgiving him? $30 million that Cassie received. I think that was more so of her pain and suffering, and also to keep her quiet on a lot of other things. But remember, that's just one video. That's just one video. She could have, took him to court for criminal purposes versus just civil. I think something happened, and then a day after he filed, he settled with her, or whatever the case may be. $30 million took one day. You know what I mean? He bought his freedom for that time. Can he buy it again? What's up to Open Your Heart? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What up to Straight Facts? What up to Stardust? He says, I think her husband advocated for her to go big. I would too. Go and get him. Go and get him, babe. I would too. You understand? I would too. Better than money than me pounding on him. Not because I want the money. I don't care wanting it. Keep the money. I could care less about it. You know what I mean? All right. Michelle B says, no one deserved to be treated like that at all. However, she left Diddy, she got broke and went back to him, and his bodyguards are sad. They know all Diddy dirt, and they done nothing about it. Money talks. Money can keep people quiet. Why did Gene, whatever his name is, why are you coming out now? Why all these people coming out now? Why? Now, I think one of the band members, they came out, before. But a lot of them people who was around him now you want to come out now all of a sudden. For what? Why not when the stuff was happening at that moment? Why didn't you come out? When everything was going good, he making millions off of Sean John, and the band and all that other stuff, making millions. Making millions. Now he's about to hit rock bottom. Not financially, because I'm pretty sure he got, a lot of money. You know what I mean? But it's a damper on his reputation. You understand? I mean, look at it. The still shot of him hitting her and whatnot. All right, let me see if I can go down. So she's on the floor right here. This is a session where he kicks her. A grown man kicking a woman. Grown man. Wow. Grown man. And, listen, some women, but I still love him. They go back. Stupid. You understand? Stupid. All right, let's get off this one right here. Let's scroll down a bit. And whatnot. We're going to go closer. So this is a little closer up. At first, she kind of looked like Jennifer Lopez a little bit. So it looks as if he's hitting her on the back of the head in this one right here. Wow. That's crazy. You said you never told one I would have to. Courtney says pain and suffering adds up. David B, what up? Shout out to you. Henry says, so is this it for Diddy or is now love? He's going by now. Let me see. He says, I heard it all over this alcohol that he's, I guess, have just like for Bill Cosby that was supposedly over ownership of NBC. He said, if she drugged up, she can't feel it. I don't know. But she was in the midst of leaving, I believe, the room. You know what I mean? I don't know. That part, I don't know. But I wouldn't be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised because Puff Daddy's a scumbag at the end of the day. He's a scumbag. You understand? Now, people are not going to let him live easy off of this and whatnot. It's not going to be easy for him. Not going to be easy for his kids, and it's messed up. And certain things he can't say because of legal reasons. Things that was drawn up in the contracts when he did the settlement with Cassie. I was talking with somebody the other day about it and whatnot. So he can't get locked up. I already knew what statute of limitations on it or whatever they wrote up in the contract for the settlement. Certain things can't be done after that. They got big time lawyers and stuff like that know the law. That's going to cover him years down the road. You know what I mean? It sucks. This is why he's not getting locked up so fast. The man was smart. that settled one day. A scumbag, but smart. Because he knew $30 million was going to keep him out of prison at that moment. All right. Solomon, he says, might come on later, but I just wanted to say greetings, all that are grassy. I'm about to watch Minister Emmanuel preaching on spiritual warfare. Okay. I ain't gonna be on later. That's why I came on earlier. You know what I mean? I might come on tomorrow evening and whatnot for we have another conversation about something. I don't know. Maybe once saved, always saved, tribulation, whatever the case may be. Whatever I see in my notes that Gino is preaching on and stuff like that. We'll talk about it or have a conversation about it and whatnot. But I will not be on later. Probably just put up another short and that's it. I'm going to get my rest tonight. You know what I mean? Tonight, I'm getting my rest. All right? Yeah, we talked about that at Valid. Straight Facts says some people don't have enough courage. They are afraid with Diddy. What is that? What's that? Reparations. People go miss. Go miss? What's up to Jeremy Dunbar? Shout out to you. G Swole says, I'm surprised you're doing a live today after that 6-hour and 22-minute discussion. Well, hey, it goes on. You know, even if it was 15 hours. You know, when you're doing this YouTube stuff, man, it has to be every day. Every day. You know what I mean? Now, with the other channel, of course, it's like, you know, a couple videos a week and whatnot. You know, but when you're doing your own commentary channel, it has to be every day almost. All right? But for me, I wasn't talking. You know what I mean? So I got some rest in the midst of all that. But after the fact, I fell asleep. You know? Blessedly, my StreamYard turned off. All right? Valor says she didn't want to attend his free calls because why is he in the towel with socks on and he wasn't taking no shower? Well, the thing is, I think they were stating that she was trying to get away from him. She was trying to get away from him or whatever the case may be, left the room and whatnot. And that's when he came after her in the hallway. You know? What up to Gino P? Shout out to you. What's up to Jeremy Dunbar? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. You said there are what is that number? What is that number, huh? Let me know. I unsubscribe from him. He says that's my understanding. I might be wrong. I got you. All right, Henry Ross. He says that was savage of him beating a girl just wearing nothing but a towel. That's some Skittle stuff. He said he tired. It was a long night. Well, that's how it is. I had to get up at 6 o'clock, take them kids to school and whatnot, and then go work out. Now I'm here. You know what I mean? All right. Open Your Heart says tonight we got Holy Scriptures teaching with the Houston Temple. Wonderful. Gino P said the statute of limitations for this case is over, but this video came out. What is that? Strategically done. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know, he must got some high-powered, good lawyers. You know, money talks. All right. Open Your Heart says it's hard getting away from abusers, especially if they have people watching out for them. Well, my thing is, you know, if a female, well, I can't say anything because it can be a tough situation because some women are just stupid, right? And they keep going back. Or like you said, they have people watching them. You know, if she was my sister, my aunt, or whatever the case may be, oh, it's on. It's on. You know what I mean? But in some cases like that, look at the R. Kelly situation. The parents was getting, you know, hit off with money. And money talks. That's crazy though, man. All right. Valid says, did he always want to take some men shopping? He's really weird. He says, Hollywood is just sad. Yep. I agree with you. You know? So they got something stating that he paid $50,000 for the video abusing Cassie. 50 grand. 50. My man, you're a millionaire. You own businesses. You got money. You know what I mean? You got a beautiful woman. And she is beautiful. Why can't these folks just chill out? They got to do the extra stuff. They got to do these crazy parties. They got to beat on women. They got to do the cocaine. They got to do the drugs. They got to go extra, over and beyond. You can't just chill out in your nice mansion. Got your beautiful woman. And just chill out. You know what I mean? But he had to stoop low and pay the hotel $50,000. I know somebody was happy at that time. If they knew that it would lead up to something like this, they would have charged more. Listen, you could tell Diddy just made an offer to somebody who really was money hungry. 50K, hey, I'll take it. He knew that video was worth millions. You know what I mean? So 50K to him ain't nothing. Right? Let's see. He says, how do you get beat by a naked person? There's something that could have been done right. Well, she didn't fight back. You know, she seemed to be like a nice female and whatnot, not standoffish or whatever the case may be. You got some people out there that don't fight back. It's almost as if she was used to it. You got some women out there that won't put up with that. They go to the kitchen and get a knife and, or some women out there is packing. You know, they got the Glock 45s, the Glock 19s, the Glock 17s, the sawed-off shotguns, the rifles, the pocket knives, the tasers, the pepper spray, the tweezers, landmines, RPGs, grenades, and they ain't playing that. You know, some women out there call their brother Donald, Rufus. Go get Greg and them from the block. You know? But she seen in that video that wasn't the first time of that happening. All right? Street Fact says, I'm still sleeping too. Couldn't do nothing but laugh at y'all last night. Shout out to Wayne Smith, man. Wayne Smith. Shout out to Wayne Smith, man. You know? And you know, debates like that, conversations like that, my fault. I remember going to the boxing gyms that we had to visit to spar the people. And there was hecklers out there. And one time it threw me off because I lost focus. You know what I mean? So my thing is, when somebody's trying to throw you off, you got to know how to just stay patient. Stay focused. You know what I mean? Because you can get clipped or you get out of character and whatnot. You know, you're going to have individuals like that. Everybody's not going to be nice. Everybody's not going to talk to you peacefully and what have you. Just not going to be like that, no matter what. Some people's strategies is to get people out of their character. You know what I mean? So Wayne, Mr. Smallwood, and whatnot. In general, some people bury themselves. How they talk, what they say. You know what I mean? All right. So we'll be back at it again probably tomorrow night with another interesting topic from the scriptures that PJ is preaching on. And what have you, that we go over it and we analyze it. And we had the people who disagree come on also. Shout out to Elder Campbell, man. Shout out to him. All right. Elder Campbell comes from under Bishop S.C. Johnson. I think he's in his 70s or 80s. And what have you. So shout out to Elder Campbell. You know what I mean? G Swole says, do you really believe a man can have control over a woman to get away with everything he does to her? When I see this scenario play out in the hood, it seems like women like to be treated that way. You right about that, man. You're right. There's some women out there that do like that. They do like to be beat. They do like to be cursed at. They do like to be downgraded. That's what they like. Then when they see there's a nice brother out there, go to church, work out, eat right. They don't want that. They don't want that. Those type of women don't want that. They want somebody to beat them up, talk to them crazy, treat them crazy, cheat on them. You understand? All types of stuff. Get into drama. Those type of women like that. I've seen it. You know what I mean? I've seen it. And then those type of women, not to toot my own horn, you know what I mean? Listen, some of them have showed up in my inbox. Too late. Too late. I don't want you no more. When I tried years ago, no way. You understand? No way. That has happened to me before. You try to talk to a female in your 20s or whatever the case may be, your teenage years. You're too nice for them. You're too much of a nice guy and stuff like that. They want somebody that's going to beat on them, take penitentiary chances, in and out of prison and jail and whatnot. Now, when they get some type of sense of maturity, oh wow, look at G Swole, look at Tony Harvin. Too late. Don't want you. You know what I mean? Don't want you no more. It's too late. 20 years done passed. 15 years done passed. You know what I mean? It happens like that, man. They like those type of bad boys. Well, I don't think they bad in my eyes. They cowards to me, but they look at them as bad boys. You know what I mean? It's a crazy situation that some women like to be beat, and they keep going back to that man. They keep going back to him. But I love him. I'm in love with him. You know what I mean? And then they end up in a casket, not saying a word. Not saying not one word. There's been a lot of situations in Jersey City where I'm from, where as though the man, unalive his woman. They like that type of stuff. Listen, once I see a red flag, that's it. That is it. That is it, man. You don't want to be put in a situation where as though you have to physically defend yourself against a woman who has a touching problem. Because she's been through all that stuff with this fellow over here, her ex-man, who's been beating on her and whatnot. And she's used to that. When she come across a nice guy, she still has that residue on her, and she wants you to beat on her. You don't. Because you're a righteous guy. You want to do things the right way. You understand? A lot of them can't handle that. They ain't used to that. They ain't used to, a guy treating them with respect. They ain't used to that. You know what I mean? They ain't used to a guy opening the door for them. They ain't used to that. They ain't used to a guy walking by the curb and keeping her on the inside. They ain't used to that. You know what I mean? They ain't used to a guy sitting in a restaurant and he's facing the door. Why? To protect her. If danger comes, I could see. They ain't used to none of that. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's get to the comments. Let me see. Open Your Heart says women have passed on at the hands of abusers. David B says Satan won't let his children chill out. Gino P says Diddy's money kept her in this relationship because her funds were low. Her music was not selling. It's a good one right there. Now, I mean, Cassie, at the time when I was a DJ and whatnot, she was okay, but like you said, her music wasn't selling. It just wasn't hitting at the time. She just was a beautiful woman that could sing. That's it. You know what I mean? That is it. And she was with a man who was a multi-millionaire, possibly heading towards $1 billion. So you could be right about that one. Females like that, when their funds running low, guess who they're going back to? The man with the money. Even if he's abusing her. Money talks, man. Money talks. Even when a woman got a black eye, I want to go back to the money. Even when a woman got missing teeth, I want to go back to the money. All right? What up, Nicole Martin? Shout out to you, one of my channel moderators. You says P. Diddy so-called apologized for beating Cassie, but my honest opinion is that he just apologized for getting caught. That's all. That was not a real apology. I agree. Courtney says abuse in relationships is not a one-off. You said it's a pattern behavior. For sure. What's up to Lori? Shout out to you. Michelle B says Diddy's backer is a billionaire. He was the one who got Diddy started. You said it wasn't his clothing line or Bad Boy Records or his liquor. You says Diddy done what his money bag man says. You said, so does that mean I can no longer play his song, I Need a Girl, anymore? He says, I know I shouldn't be playing that kind of music at all. Well, a lot of people struggle with, listening to, those type of songs, whether it's Puff Daddy, whether it's Nelly, DMX. Some people listen to Ja Rule, The Lox, Snoop Dogg, Dr. Dre, Tupac, Method Man, Redman. Some people struggle in that, listening to that type of music. Some of us listen to battle rap, URL, Charlie Clips, Shotgun Suge, Murder Mook, Loaded Lux, Hitman Holla, Hollow the Dawn, DNA, Mav Hoffa. A lot of us struggle in that area, So, no, we ain't supposed to be listening to that kind of music. I know some of us still get caught up in it and what have you. You know what I mean? You said, I need a girl. Oh, man, that's funny, man. You funny. I mean, if you desiring for a wife, of course, the scriptures, Proverbs 18-22, I believe. I mean, hey, man, you just gotta, talk your talk. What up to Sister Davis? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Another one of my channel moderators. You said send G Swole. Yo, y'all funny, man. Where's that?
You're going to hell for that.
That's right.
You're going to hell for that. Yeah. You're going to hell for that.
G Swole, you funny, man. G Swole, you funny. All right. He says, I'm sorry, not sorry. I could not stop laughing at the man that was asleep. Mr. Ham. Mr. Ham, you know, he said he was operating off a few hours of sleep. So I can understand if a man is, you know, working like that and what have you. And, you know, it can happen. You know, I hope, you know, it can happen. You know, that's why it's always recommended when you're not talking, put your phone or your audio on mute. I know a lot of people come on, they got all kinds of weird backgrounds. One time you heard a moan, like somebody was watching a porno. You hear all types of things, dogs barking, airplanes. You know what I mean? All type of stuff. I think Peter Cox was in a Chinese store yesterday. What? Dude, like, when you come on and you know you got a crazy background, put it on mute. Thomas Smallwood, he up to the camera chewing the gum. Like it was a goldfish chewing gum in front of the screen. Hilarious. The man literally was up to the phone or whatever he was recording on, chewing gum. It really looked like a goldfish was chewing double mint. Man, yo, wow. That's crazy, man. All right. Straight Fact says Peter was stuck with manifestation. Jeremy says, I like Elder Campbell. Yeah, Elder Campbell comes from S.C. Johnson and whatnot. And he believes, to my knowledge, what we believe in. You know what I mean? I came across Elder Campbell a while ago, long time ago. You know what I mean? Listening to some of his stuff and whatnot. You know? All right. Henry says, because them elites wanted to be like them so-called founder of this wicked nation, plus be like them slave masters. He says how they got powerful and super rich. Not everything done lawfully. They all have secrets. Got you. G4 says nobody's perfect, so don't beat yourself up and be happy you survived it, and hopefully you'll learn your lesson to not put yourself in that situation again. I guess you're talking to Courtney M. I don't know what she's referring to. Oh man. Jeremy says, I wonder if the woman that like being treated that way is caused by trauma or it's just them. Well, from my experience, honestly, I think it's just them. I think it's just them at the end of the day. You know what I mean? When I was young and stuff like that, and you start talking to a female and what have you, and you see that they, you know, they do the touching, the way they talk, and it can put you in the mood like, man, yo, I'm irritated. It's almost like they're provoking you to do something. So guess what you got to do? Get away from it. Get away. You know what I mean? Get away, far away from it, and whatnot, because that's what they like. They like for a man to hit on them. They like for a man to, you know, yoke them up and stuff like that. They like that type of stuff, from my experience. Although I never done that. The only thing I have done mainly is defend myself righteously. You know what I mean? Righteously, and more so in a subduing way. You know what I mean? I know what I know and things like that. So if I'm in the fear of my life because I think a woman is trying to unalive me or something like that, oh, it's on. It's on. But not in the sense of pounding on her, more so of subduing her, making sure I have the evidence to protect myself. Pull out your camcorder or on your phone and your audio recording to make sure you have certain evidence, because things could be turned around on a righteous man. You know what I mean? Some of the females out here have put men behind bars based upon lies. There are a lot of men in jail right now who were innocent over a woman who lied on them. I think it was a situation with Marilyn Santana, right? The kid who played on the Cosby Show. Marilyn Santana. Let's look him up. All right. It was a situation with Marilyn Santana. You know? When a female lied on him. That's what causes death. You know? A female lied on him. The kid who played in the Cosby Show, Steve Harvey and whatnot and things of that nature. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. You know? The female at the time, she lied about her age. She lied and stated that, you know, he was keeping her against her will. And that's when her boyfriend and a friend got involved. And they started shooting at them and what have you. You know what I mean? Listen, it's some grimy people out here, man. It's some grimy people out here for sure, man. Men listen, men too. Not just the woman. All right, Open Your Heart says, I was told by a guy that a female called him a punk because he would not punch her around. Wow. Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. But some women like that type of stuff. They get turned on by that. Some sick reason, by some sick way, they get turned on by a man punching on them, yoking them up, choking them up. They like that type of stuff. Fools out there, man. A bunch of fools. All right? The teacher says some women are more abusive than men these days. I agree. So this is why I said, see a red flag? Pew! Can't talk to you. Bye. You understand? Low tolerance. AG Swole. Low tolerance, man. I don't care how good she look. I don't care how big her butt is, how nice her body is, and she can be sanctified and going to church every week. You see a red flag that she's abusive and whatnot? That's it. You know what I mean? That's it, because those type of females could put you in a situation where, as though, like I mentioned earlier, you might defend for yourself, but she could turn it around on you as if you're the suspect. And then guess what? You in prison now. You ain't got no evidence, no nothing. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Look at the situation with Mike Tyson. You know? We listen, we know Mike don't need to. He don't need to force himself on anybody. He's not going to do that. That was Mike Tyson. That was the champ of the world. Champ of the world could have got any woman he wanted. Well, almost any woman. He didn't need to do that. I'm pretty sure the judge knew that too. You know what I mean? It's crazy out here, man. Michelle B says, I don't like that he kept calling names last night. Very disrespectful. Express says, those type of women, when you want them, they ran away from you. But when you level up, they done worn down like an old car from the 1970s. I agree. You know what I mean? I think I was in high school one time, and you know, you think back and you say, "Wow, man, this female was beautiful. This one was beautiful. That one was beautiful. I tried to talk to this one, that one, this one, that one." Now, I don't mean to talk down on anybody, but whew, what happened to you? Nah, I'm not interested no more. No more. You know what I mean? No more. You know? And it's not to take shots at them or anything like that. But you're right about that at Express. All right. You said some men come get back. You says if they have the means. Sister David says perhaps if women like that kind of attention abuse, he says is all they have ever known. Probably grew up in that kind of abusive environment and mistake that for real love. You says feel sorry for those women. You says some are fearful. Open your heart says kind-hearted people get walked on and treated like dirt. Hey, Jeremy, you funny, man. All right. G Swole says, see, I knew I wasn't the only one that felt that way on the real. He says, thanks for the share. No problem at G Swole. Jeremy says they call the men boring who don't go to clubs or do things. I've heard that before. Boring. You don't listen. You don't know if that man is working for a better future. You don't know that. They want to do this. They want to do that. But you don't. You got to know if you want a house, if you want a business and stuff like that, to be financially stable, so you could do some of those things, not clubbing or anything like that, but vacationing. You want to get that out the way first. Then you could go on your little vacations and whatnot. You know what I mean? But I've heard that before. Boring. You know what I mean? Boring. You always in the gym. You always in the house. I've heard that before, man. You know what I mean? I have. They want to go here. They want to go there. They want to go this place, that place. For what? For what? You can have quality time in the house. You can have quality time walking in the parks. You can have quality time having a picnic. You don't need to be around a bunch of people that have quality time. I've heard that before. You know what I mean? I've heard that. But one has to keep a mind on their goals, what they want to accomplish. If you want to get a house and what have you, don't need to focus on going to the club all day. You're wasting money. You could do the vacation and stuff after the fact. Focus on that house. Focus on that. You know what I mean? So you're right about that. Open Heart says, I don't argue back. I just stay nice until I get away. Once I get away, that person will never hear from me again. Henry says, now I get it now. That's why he named his record Bad Boys. He simply was snitching on himself. But the dumb and ignorant saw past it like them followers of Christianity. He says organized crime. G Swole says, you can say that again on avoiding women trying to get at me after going through an abusive relationship when I feel like I'm constantly attracting broke women. Well, my thing is, in general, a female must have something to bring to the table. You got to have something. You know what I mean? I mean, we up in age and what have you, or whatever the case may be, or like you interested in marrying somebody, whatever the case may be, you know? You don't want to talk to a woman, right, who has nothing. Not saying it's about, money or anything like that, but she's going to want you to take care of her. Now, I know Gino preaches on, the man's money is the woman's money, and her money is her money. I know he preach on that, right? And he also preach on laziness, because you got women out there who's gonna want you to take care of them from the start. They ain't gonna want to do nothing. They ain't gonna cook your dinner. They ain't gonna wash your laundry or anything like that. You know? So me personally, man, in general, at least have something. At least have something. A car, your own place, education, something. You know what I mean? So we can work together as a team and build this thing. You know? All right. So I hope the best for you in that area at G Swole. Michelle says they said Diddy was giving Cassie $250,000 a month. Wow. Wow. That is a lot of money at G Swole. That's a lot. That's for sure. Jeremy says, I used to listen to battle rap. I listened to all that underground rap. He says, what a fool I was for sure. Michelle B says, you're not going to stop everything all at once, but we got to strive each day and stay prayed up. What's up, the Levy? Shout out to you. Hey, G Swole, you funny. He said he was in a Chinese food joint. You got to forgive me. I'm on the 2:42 p.m. mark with the comments. A little backed up. All right. He said it was sickening. Yo, y'all funny, man. He said all you could see was his teeth. Oh, man. Said goldfish chewing gum. Man, I was rolling yesterday. G Swole says, talk about instrumentals. Are we allowed to listen to that without the words on the beat? I'm trying to see if Gino preached about that. I'm trying to see. But I do know, certain producers, they smoke weed, they do drugs and stuff like that. They do all those things. So it's hard. It could be hard to differentiate, certain beats. Could be hard to. You know what I mean? All right. Lord willing, we could come across the video of Gino preaching on that. Oh yeah, AAG. That's because I ain't gonna be on later. What up to Michael? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What up to Rebel? He says after that kids match last night, I'm surprised we all up. He said Smallwood was opening Amazon package as well. Oh man. He says P. Diddy apology wasn't real. He says even his acting wasn't real either. When he played A Raisin in the Sun movie, I haven't seen that movie. Henry Ross says that's disrespectful, speaking while chewing gum. First spit the gum out, then speak. That's why I'm so gladly of the truth of God is here to teach us respect. For sure. All right. Be safe out there, Henry Ross. Shout out to you. He said golden showers. Whoa, Jeremy. What's up to Beverly Palmer? Rebel says, I like Camel. He used different scenarios and situations to help with scripture like PJ do. Well, Elder Camel, he comes from that cloth. You know what I mean? He comes from that cloth. You know how PJ and them came up. So Campbell, he's from that. You know what I mean? And he lines up with the truth of God. With what is preached. You know? So Elder Campbell, he's up there and whatnot. All right? Straight facts. She says, I never liked Diddy. It was something about him. I just believe he was behind Biggie Small's demise. Wow. He says, Diddy sorry the video went viral. You got that right. Michelle B. He says, a woman in Hollywood, some, not all, they chasing the bag, so you got to do whatever for that bag. Not good. Oh, yeah. I agree with you on that one. I agree with you. And they would do anything. Some of them would do anything just for $1. Listen, professional Hollywood prostitution. That's all they doing. They would sleep with any and everybody just for $1, just to be in front of a camera in Hollywood. I mean, look at lies in hip hop, what people call love in hip hop. Real Housewives of Atlanta. They even had something called Side Chicks of Charlotte. I turned on Netflix or whatever, Tubi one day. I looking through what type of movies and stuff like that. They had Side Chicks of Charlotte. Now, what woman who got real respect for herself would go on a reality show called Side Chicks of Charlotte? Wow. You know, folks would do anything like that for attention. All right. You says female lied on Santana. Yeah. So it was a situation where as though he was in like a food spot, maybe a Chinese store, whatever the case may be. It was a female in there he, you know, was talking to, found interested in because she recognized him from the Steve Harvey show. I guess she lied about her age. You know, and one night he invited her over to whatever he was at the studio in, what is that, California? Crenshaw area, something like that. And they did whatever. She wanted a relationship with him. He declined her. And that's when she got upset and made up a lie. You know what I mean? So she had a boyfriend already who was 21 years of age, but her real age was 15. 15 years of age. She lied to her boyfriend about Santana. And that's when they went to the house and whatnot to go pick her up. They came back. Santana and the other actor, some Adams, I think, tried to get in the car and peel off. That's when they started to shoot and killed him. All over a lie. You know what I mean? 15 years of age. You know? That's crazy. Do you believe in Stockholm syndrome? What is that? What is that? I don't know what that is. All right? Let me know what that is. What's up to D Nicole? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. Michelle B said, I saw that about Santana. Absolutely. Open Your Heart says, I think women act that way because they have seen their grandma, moms, or aunts treat men like jellyfish. Jeremy says, just say it, there are a whole lot of twisted people. Yep. Michael says, I watched P. Diddy apology from the C-Rock Smooth channel. He said he is sorry, but he doesn't expect forgiveness. Of course not. That's what we said kind of earlier. People are not going to make it easy for him. I don't think Mr. Combs is sorry. Like some of y'all are saying, he's only sorry because of the video came out of him and Cassie. Tell him to apologize for other situations that he have committed. Is he gonna bring that up? Is he gonna go on a talk show like a Gayle King or something like that and talk about the things that other things he have done that people haven't seen, when he does that, then I could say, you know what? He might be sorry even more. Don't wait till something come out to want to apologize. Don't do that. Don't do that. You know? All right. What up to Matthew? Shout out to you. He says, this abuser is another Tina and Ike Turner. You got to get YouTube Premium. G Swole, you got to get YouTube Premium to knock those commercials out. All right? Open Your Heart says, he says, they lied on him. I always felt that way. Nicole says, those are the old school abuser, Michael. All right? Michelle says, I had a friend who said she liked to be choked. I told her, have at it, not sir me. Yo, y'all funny, man. All right, G Swole says, I feel like the fine woman that get old finally wants a good man. You says, like you said, it's too late for you. What's up to Mo Cherokee? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. He said, that's right. You need to work and be cheap in order to get a house you want. It takes sacrifice. Absolutely, man. It does. And, you know, a lot of people out there, they may say, oh, I want a house. Oh, I want this. But they don't understand, like, the sacrifice it takes. You can't go on vacation. You can't go to Disney World. You can't go to Hollywood, California. You can't go to Dubai. You can't go to Paris. You can't take those vacations no more. You cannot do that. You can't buy the Michael Jordan sneakers. You can't buy expensive clothes. Now you got to downsize your closet. You know what I mean? 10 outfits, 2 pairs of sneakers, 1 pair of shoes. You know what I mean? In order to try to reach your goal to get that house, fix your credit up, savings. But some people don't have that type of intelligence at all. You know what I mean? We could pray for a house. Lord, please bless us with a house, but what are we doing to get it? You know what I mean? All right. I missed. Fact says, I had a friend, she always says she gotta have a man. There are some women afraid of being alone. It says, or have a nerve to tell me to find somebody. I told her she done lost her mind. What up to Craig? Shout out to you and your YouTube channel. What up to Craig? D. Nicole says, those are the girls that get older and regret passing up that good, hardworking man. I agree. You understand? Because I see some of them on my Facebook. They my Facebook friends, you know, because we went to school and whatnot to that extent. But anything past that, no. You know what I mean? It's not that I'm arrogant or anything like that, but no. You understand that? No. You know? All right. Sister David says, quiet is kept. There are some men who like women that are abusive in relationships, like a mother son relationship with her disciplining him. He says, oh, sick and crazy. Wow. Yeah, that is crazy. For sure. What up to TNT? Shout out to you. What's up to Bezzy? Shout out to you. What's up to Sister Mandy? Shout out to you. Hope all is well. What's up to Digital Masterpiece? What up? He says, PJ preached on that. Probably the reason why I'm second guessing on wanting to get married now. He says, Cassie got 30 million. She's set. Yeah, if she don't blow it. Rebel, He says they saying Diddy had something to do with his baby mother's unaliving. She was writing a book, and her and Cassie were really close. Wow. 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 Man, that's crazy right there. That's crazy. Jeremy says, my idea of fun is being in the woods with nobody around me, sitting by a fire by night and on the porch with a coffee in the morning, fishing and just relaxing, maybe reading a book. Wonderful. Michelle says PJ spoke on that because he said he likes jazz, but he don't indulge in it. What up to Patrick T? He says, look at the Kardashians. Prime example of that. Yeah. Yeah. You know? And a lot of guys was going after that. Look at Mr. Kanye. Look at Mr. Kanye. You know? Money. Right? He said that's the devil for sure. Side chicks of Charlotte. Let me see if we can find that. I'm gonna see if I can put that up on the screen. Let's see if we can find it right quick. So here we have it. Side chicks of Charlotte. You know? So this is it right here. Side chicks of Charlotte. Now, what woman in her right mind would downgrade herself like that? You know what I mean? To participate in a reality show called Side Chicks of Charlotte. You certify yourself that you're a side chick. You certify yourself that you know the man got a wife or somebody he courting, and you still want to talk to him or sleep with him, and you want to put it on the screen. You want the public to know that you are a side chick. You know what I mean? You actually want the public to know that you are a side chick. Wow. And some women are proud of that. They're proud that they're a side chick. That they got the attention of another man and he's married. Now they want to display it to the public. It's crazy, man. All right. What's up to Valerie Stewart? Shout out to you. Appreciate that. Anyone Khloe Kardashian gets involved with goes down a dark road and falls off completely. Michael says the reason why P. Diddy apologized went viral is because sin is not satisfied. Sin will find you out. It says rich people have NDAs and sexual consent decrees. First time me hearing about that. I can't wait to have a 50-50 husband. I have been working on myself for 11 years, independent, yes, but at least know how to first love me, not wanting on someone to love me besides God. Got you. Wonderful. What up to Cynthia Davenport? He says he's not sorry. He would have apologized when he settled out of court. Says P. Diddy didn't even say her name. Who was he sorry to? Well, I think he couldn't say her name legally. I think I see it somewhere where as though he could not say her name legally. You know? Stockholm syndrome is basically when you can't leave your abuser. Wow. Well, I believe that some people can have that. Yes, I do. I do believe that. I mean, you know, we have heard stories. We have probably have family members or friends who was in that type of situation. Whereas though they couldn't leave a man or their abuser because they were so attached. They just can't let go. You know what I mean? Which is crazy. What up to Let Your Light Shine? Shout out to you. Hope all is well with you. For sure. You said Kardashian, those women are witches. He says, I bet those side chicks look like they had a million surgeries and a ton of makeup. I'm pretty sure of that. G Swole says, do you think some of these toxic relationships is a setup to keep men and women from not wanting to build each other into a relationship? So, since we look up so much to celebrity relationships. Well, let me correct you on this one. I don't look up to nobody relationship celebrity-wise. I don't look up to none of them. Not Will and Jada, not Dwayne Martin and Tisha Campbell, not Denzel and his wife, not Michael Jordan and his ex, Larsa Pippen and Scottie Pippen. No way. You understand? Bobby and Whitney, when she was living. You know, I don't look up to those folks. You know what I mean? I look at the encouragement from the pastors, their relationships and whatnot. You see the people in holiness. If you got them on your Facebook, you see, look at this. That's encouragement and whatnot. You understand? Because they following the scriptures. They incorporating the scriptures in their marriage. These celebrities don't do that, to my knowledge. They don't do that. You know, if they did, they wouldn't allow their spouse to get in a movie or a TV show to kiss somebody else. You know what I mean? Listen, Swiss Beats was cool. You know, he made some good beats when we used to listen to it. But I wouldn't allow another man to dance on my wife if I had one. Why would you allow another man to grind on your wife like that? I don't look up to those relationships, man, or those marriages. No. I don't care how much money they would pay. No, she ain't doing it. She ain't letting Usher grind on her. Ain't happening. You understand? Ain't happening, not one bit. You know? Not one bit at all. All right? But I do think they are toxic, for sure. He says, what's next? The real Jezebels of Jersey. Oh, man. Craig said, the stuff we see on social media and what not keeping our minds guarded is very important so that stuff doesn't take root. Absolutely. He said, these side chicks redeem themselves in their next acting role. You got that right. He said, the real Jezebels of Jersey. Oh, man. Rebel says, one thing I do know, it's nothing in life that the Bible doesn't speak on. Open Your Heart says, side chicks, what a low standard for a woman. So basically, they are okay with being a sperm bank. Yep. Oh, man. Jezebels of Jersey. Juanita Jordan is such a beauty. How could Michael let her go? Juanita Jordan. She's somewhere in this area. She lives somewhere over here. Somewhere over here. You know what I mean? And you're right about that. How could he let that woman go? Unless she, didn't want nothing to do with him because of what he was doing. But I ain't hear nothing negative about Juanita Jordan. I could say that. I think she was a lawyer or something like that. You know what I mean? Juanita said, you should do it the way the scriptures outlined it. Absolutely. What up to Chanel? What up? Shout out to you. Rebel says that's another problem with social media. People see these relationship goals and think their relationship is supposed to be like everyone else's. That's a good point right there. That's a good point. Ready Ray says, good afternoon. He says, brother, how do you feel about people that repent or say sorry out of desperation? Does God hear them out? Well, I know I'm limited to answering certain questions and whatnot, but, you got to go to the scriptures. Matthew chapter 6, verses 15 and 16, where forgiveness is talked about. Know what I mean? Never mind my personal feelings. So right after that prayer, I'll follow which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Right after those verses of 9 through 13, 2 scriptures below that talks about forgiveness. Now, if he's really sorry, then that's between him and God. You know what I mean? If he's really sincerely sorry about what he have done. You know what I mean? So I would say that's between him and God and things of that nature. For example, it could be, let's just say we apologize for something we did, because a lot of us do things that we're struggling with. This is my last time doing it. Man, I messed up. Man. A lot of us do some of the same things as far as like the same principles, but not the actions that he committed. But a lot of us, for example, I never smoked weed, but I'm just using this for example. I ain't gonna smoke no more. Next day, they go cop a bag, a nickel bag, get the Dutch, cut it open, fix it up, and smoke it. Oh, this is my last time, Lord. I ain't gonna do it no more. Then repent after that. You know what I mean? Some people do it, even with masturbation. You understand that? Watching pornos. You know what I mean? Listen, a lot of us struggle with a lot of things that when we do it, we apologize to the Lord after it. You understand? I ain't preaching now. I'm just basic common sense right here. Listen, I'm guilty of things too. I do things and say, listen, Lord, it's my last time. Forgive me, please. And how I would decide to pray and whatnot. And then it happened again a couple days later. A lot of us deal with that right now. You know what I mean? Right now, we're still dealing with it, that we're trying to work on some things that we're struggling with. And we repent right after we commit the sinful act, right after it. I mean, right after it. Right after you climax. You know what I mean? Right after you put that last bud out in that weed or cigarette or Black and Mild or Dutch or that liquor bottle right there. After you finish that last sip of that Henny. You know what I mean? Some people just probably got finished doing whatever today. You know? So it's the same with us, man. As far as like desperation. Same. But I think if a person is sincere about the apology, of course it's between them and the Lord, man. You know? He said Mike's wife left him because he was a cheater. Wow. What up to Mr. Ham? He said Swiss Beats cheated on his first wife with Alicia Keys. I didn't know Swiss was married before. To my knowledge, Swiss and Alicia Keys knew each other from high school. But I didn't know Swiss was married before. I didn't know. Michelle B says, Gene Deal, the bodyguard, just won't stop talking. I say to a late, he said going from podcast to podcast talking about Diddy, he should go down too. Man, Gene Deal, whatever you want to call his name, you should have been said something, man. Should have been said something. Why now? Why wait till now? You was getting all that money. That's why you was quiet before. That's why you was quiet. You know what I mean? All right. Jeremy Dunbar says those women probably got seeds removals on the regular. Oof. I don't want to say the other word and you get a strike. I know what you mean. Sister David says you would have to be God to answer that. Only God knows if he accepts one's apology. Absolutely. At Jeremy. Ready Ray says, so there is a scripture, and I believe it was a parable that says some made it at the very last hour. I believe it, but gotta be careful with your intentions. Understandable. What up to DJ Grant? He says that man only sorry because he got caught and because it's going to affect his image and his money. He would probably keep doing it if he never got caught. The show at Jeremy. He says, right after the escort leave, you want to call on Jesus. Oh, man, you funny, man. He was funny, man, for sure. All right. He says Juanita had 7 years of private investigation footage of him cheating on her that she provided at their first almost divorce. Wow. Wow, that PR must have been good to follow Michael Jordan. Wow. All right. Mr. Ham says, God bless the one who seek God for repentance. Rebel Eric says, I was on the verge of losing my wife. I felt the only thing that could help me was God. I came to be okay with her leaving. I made up my mind I was going to sit still shortly after we reconciled. Wonderful. Wonderful, man. You know, it's a blessing to hear, testimonies like that, reconciliation and what have you. You know what I mean? All right. He says Swiss Beats was married to Mashonda. Ain't that the singer? He says Karma, what is that? I don't know how to say that other name. He says for 6 years, and in the 6th year married Alicia Keys. I didn't know Swiss was married to that woman. Let me see if I can find it. You're right. You're right. You're right about that. You're right. Wow. All right. Jeremy says, don't forget that David did a bunch of evil things, but the key thing, the Lord said he was a man of God. He was a man after God's heart. He says, even the prophets and apostles sinned. The Lord is so merciful. Absolutely. All right. We're coming to a conclusion. If you got any last closing remarks to this topic, feel free to leave it in the chat room as we come to a closing and what have you. Do remember we will be on tomorrow, Lord willing, talking about another topic as we did last night. Most likely around 6 p.m., 7 p.m. tomorrow, and what have you. You understand? Hey, Smith, I'm not sure of the topic, but we shall see. Whatever topic I come up and see in the notes that we have that Gino is preaching for sure. All right. Gino P says that girl who was involved with Santana, Alicia, was sentenced at 17, but since she was a minor, she got out at 25 years of age. Wow. Peace at David B. Oh, it ain't gonna be no 6 hours tomorrow, man. No way. It's gonna be more so of 2, the most 3. That's it. You know what I mean? That's it. It ain't gonna be no 6 hours tomorrow. You know what I mean? No way. Not at all. 2 or 3 hours, and that's it. For sure. All right. I hope everybody have a wonderful afternoon, evening. We got more videos coming soon to this YouTube channel, to my first YouTube channel also, and my third YouTube channel. God bless to everybody out there. I hope y'all continue to have a wonderful day, for sure. All right. He says, I hope the topic is about hell. What can actually send you to hell, and what doctrine is just doctrine? I have so much to say in questions. That's a good one. Hell, I think they was talking about that yesterday. I think that was towards the ending part. That's something to talk about for sure. Hell. All right. This is about to drive off. What was 6 hours? Would need to have phone charged up. You says what for should be the minimum? What do you mean? I don't get what you're talking about at Mr. Ham. For what? No problem at oh, you says good evening. All right, you too at Michelle B. Shout out to you. All right. Let me see who else I missed. Oh, you says 4 hours. Nah, 2 or 3. 2 or 3. No. Tomorrow, the next day is a work day, and no. You know what I mean? No. 4 hours too long, and what have you. So 2 or 3, for me it's cool. You know. Now, if I started at 5 p.m., then maybe 4 hours. But if I started at like 6 o'clock, 3 hours. You know what I mean? 3. It all depends what time I started. It all depends. You know? All right. Now, Fridays or Saturdays, maybe longer. You know what I mean? Maybe. Well, you gotta understand at Gino P. It's not an actual discussion. It's not an actual official discussion. It's just a conversation about what PJ preaches on and what have you. Just conversation / discussion. You know, that's how I would want it, and what have you, and things like that. But it could get out of hand a little bit, and which I allow it to happen because I want to see people's responses. I like to see how people react when certain individuals come on here. I like to see that because you sometimes you got to test yourself that way. It could make you or it could break you. You know what I mean? You might have a Hebrew Israelite coming on here and saying whatever. You might have a Muslim coming on here and say whatever. You know what I mean? Once you get used to it on here, you probably can handle it better out there. You understand? I'm talking about in general. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, wow, he was acting this way, he was acting that way." That's actually a good thing because it can sharpen you up. It can sharpen the person up as far as like their humbleness and whatnot. You know what I mean? Or how a person should react, or if that person is going to stick to the game plan. As I gave an example in reference to boxing. You know what I mean? It's worse people on the outside versus on the internet and what have you. All right. How do you feel about female truck drivers? I mean, it's all good, man. I don't feel nothing. Hey, man, they doing their thing. There's some owner operators out there, and hey, go get to the money. They know what they're doing. They know how to drive the 18-wheeler. They know how to do the loads and all that. Hey, that's fine with me. All right. He said horses in heaven. Horses in heaven. Absolutely, Nicole Martin. He said horses in heaven. Wow, the scriptures are holy masterpiece, wonderful, synchronized together. He says, well, you know how I'm going to react when Wayne Smith comes on. See, the thing is with Wayne, he knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. and whatnot. You know what I mean? He knows what he's doing. All right. For sure. He says Smith got broke. He's spiritually bankrupt. Oh man. Oh man, y'all funny, man. Y'all it's funny for sure. You know, but the whole thing about it is, you know, stick to the game plan and conversations and whatnot. You saw how Elder Campbell was. Elder Campbell was relaxed, paused. See, Elder Campbell, he's skilled. He's been in a bunch of debates throughout the years. You know what I mean? He know how to deal with people like that. That's why Elder Campbell didn't get out of line or anything. He knows. You know what I mean? He's very skillful in general. Shout out to Elder Campbell and whatnot. You know what I mean? He knows how to finesse the situation when you got individuals acting a certain way. You know what I mean? It's almost like how, you know, Floyd Mayweather does. Make adjustments. You gotta know how to make adjustments and whatnot, and not feed into whatever the other person is giving you to try to get you out of, you know, line and whatnot. You know what I mean? All right. Because listen, them Hebrew Israelites, you know, when you go at them, they curse at you, you know. They call you this, they call you that. They do that, man, outside, on here. You know what I mean? They do that. You said the NWO. He called them the NWO. Animal, ow, ow. He called them the NWO. Wow. Y'all funny. Y'all is funny, man. Since I was trying not to, but they got to me a couple of times for sure. I'll need to get better in that. See, my thing is, the reason why I asked Small what religion was he, and he stated that I know, but you know, you got other people in the public that don't know. The reason I stated that is because it's like, how could a Muslim actually be sitting here trying to break down the word of God? You know what I'm saying? You, the Muslim, you don't even believe some of the Bible. So how you gonna sit here and try to break down the Bible? You know what I mean? Wow. Unbelievable. Unbelievable, man. All right. Appreciate that at Stardust. Appreciate that. I got you at Stardust. It's all good at Jeremy, you know. But that's what some people try to do. They try to get underneath your skin, not only, you know, in a conversation, but it could be at work or on the outside in general. You know what I mean? He says, I was also trying to say Christians are divided, knowing there are multiple Muslim beliefs. Understandable. Let's see what Mr. Ham stated. Okay, I see your message. David B says, I pointed that out too. What a joke. He says, a Muslim trying to explain scriptures. Yeah. Yeah. Jeremy says, I knew he was, and I let him get the best of me. I was sharpening my abilities. All right. Mr. Ham says, Smith was childish yesterday. You see how he acted when I called him on it. He tried to change up. He said, I let Smith irk me. It's all good, man. You know, it's all good. You must listen. Listen. I don't think you was around when Peter Baptiste was on here at Gino P. I don't think you was around. You know what I mean? Talk about Erkin. Peter Baptiste. You know? He says Smith was a trip. He says, Lord, please help him. Smith is an example of the scripture that says they are irksome. All right, we got to go. We got to go. And Lord willing, I'll see y'all on tomorrow. I will see y'all on tomorrow when we have the conversational video in general. You know? So God bless everybody. He said not Baptiste. So God bless everybody out there. I'm Tony Harvin. Signing off. May you all have a wonderful evening. I'm out. Peace. Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is Tony Harvin, and welcome to the Tony Harvin Network YouTube channel. If you like, hit that subscribe button listed right here. After you hit the subscribe button, if you want to receive all notifications of videos that come out on this YouTube channel, hit the notification bell and select all after you hit the notification bell.